finds Colasar with a catch at the 30, to the 25, to the 20, 15, and a knocked out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Case Football is an exclusive presentation of Case Western Reserve Athletics and Salem Communications.
Trap play goes up the middle. Now breaks out the left side down to the 10 to the 5, and he's going to get a touchdown. 22-yard touchdown run for Bill Dykman.
Now for all the hard-hitting action of Spartan football. Here's Dave Wilson and Ed Doherty.
Good afternoon, everybody. David Wilson at Francis Field in St. Louis, Missouri. Welcome once again to Case Western Reserve Football. Today, the Spartans bring a 9-0 record into today's game against the Washington University Bears in University Athletic Association play. The Spartans attempting to complete back-to-back undefeated regular seasons. They enter today's game ranked 11th in America, according to the American Football Coaches Association, 12th in the country, according to D3Football.com. The Washington University Bears will have the football to start today's game. It is very, very cold here today, 37 degrees at game time here at Francis Field. Sam Coffey puts the foot into the football, and it drops into the hands of the receiver back at the 5-yard line. It'll be brought back over to the far side across the 20, 25. Run back over there by Zach Haas out of Peru, Indiana. Haas run out of bounds near the 20. Well, we'll see how far he got exactly. Across the 30-yard line. And Ed Doherty, the Spartans come in here today with a 9-0 record and a job to do.
Well, it's been all business on this trip so far since we left Cleveland yesterday afternoon. Greg Debelak, the head coach, has been emphasizing that this is a business trip, that this is about winning a conference championship and completing a perfect season. Team definitely not looking beyond this week at the potential playoff berth that's on the line.
We are ready to go here as the Washington University Bears have the football. It is 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. The quarterback is Buck Smith, the senior. He'll wing it out on a short screen pass, and it's caught on the first play from scrimmage. Called in by Jake Mervis out of Maitland, Florida. Mervis makes the catch, and that will go for about 2 yards. Bobby Bott in there defensively for the Spartans. Just underway today at Francis Field, a very historical facility here on the campus of Washington University. Francis Field, built in 1902, and was the main stadium for the 1904 Olympic Games, which were held in St. Louis. Buck Smith calls out the signals. Smith out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He'll go down in a heap back at the 31-yard line as he is sacked. Brian Calderon, who sees action today, playing on an injured left knee, which was severely injured, an ACL tear in week 1, and he has fought back to play in this game, his final regular season game of his Case career.
Well, that left leg is heavily taped. You can see the brace coming through his pants and his sock. A lot of gray tape wrapped around his calf. So Calderon obviously playing through some heavy pain this afternoon.
Buck Smith from the shotgun. This is 3rd and 9. He's flushed out of the pocket. He'll be caught in the backfield and sacked. Case records back-to-back sacks. This time it's Dale English, the freshman out of Middleburg Heights, who brings him down, and it's a long 4th down for Washington University, and a good start for the Case defense.
Well, the Spartans started with a 4 defensive man front like they have the last couple of weeks with John Genovese, Jake May, Dale English, and Brian Calderon. And what they did there was they ran a little inside stunt, but the outside rushers managed to hold containment, not allow Smith to seep outside the pocket, and with it collapsed around him. English was there to put him away.
They will punt this football from the 3-yard line. Here is the kick, and it's punted away by Austin Mormon, and that one will drop just beyond midfield. And it'll be downed at the Case Western Reserve 44-yard line. And actually, they'll mark that with the nose of the football on the 45, and it's good field position, Ed, for a Spartans offense that comes out averaging 42.4 points per game. That ranks 10th among all Division III teams.
Well, that, and they're averaging a little over 30 points per first half. So the Spartans definitely have the ability to put up points quickly in the first half.
The quarterback is the junior out of Willoughby South High School, Dan Whalen, 6'1", 190, checks off immediately at the line of scrimmage. Case with three receivers on the left side. Greg Meyer is the lone man in the backfield. They'll swing this one out to Sean nicely. Far side, gets across midfield and steps out of bounds at the Case bench at the Washington 48-yard line. Records in this game: Case 9-0, 2-0 UAA, Washington 5-4, 1-1 in conference play. Washington was beaten last week at Chicago by a score of 17-14, while Case knocked off Carnegie Mellon 38-13 1 week ago. 12:20 to go, first quarter. No score. 7-yard pickup to Nicely. Second down and 3. Shotgun snap back to Whalen. They go to Meyer. Good running room across the 45 and down to the 41-yard line before he is tripped up. Greg Meyer, the junior out of Clearwater, Florida, who rushed for 72 yards last week, which was a season high for Greg, picks up the first down, gets all the way down to the 40-yard line, an 8-yard gain, and it's 1st and 10 Spartans, 12 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless game here on this chilly Saturday afternoon in St. Louis, Missouri. Great to have you with us for Spartans football as they wrap up the regular season. Dan Whalen will keep this one, tries to string it out to the right side. He'll be hit and knocked out of bounds. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, Tim Olivos got to Whalen to keep him from turning the corner.
Well, look at the Spartans there. We're trying to get the WashU Bears to overcommit to the left side of the formation. Inside play fake. Whalen coming out on a naked bootleg to the right side, hoping to turn the corner. Wasn't able to do it. The defense stayed at home and reacted well to the play fake.
Ryan Colasar and Tim Cowdrick drop out wide to the right. Zach Homick is alone on the left side. Actually nicely lines up tight on the left side of the formation. Bill Deitman is in the backfield. Second down, 11. The Whalen scramble lost a yard. No score, 11:20 to go, first quarter. Whalen again will use a timeout as he checks off at the line of scrimmage. The play clock was dwindling down, and as he was trying to audible, he decided he didn't have enough time, so they take a timeout, and so will we. We have no score in the first quarter. 11:15 to go in the opening period here in St. Louis. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
I have this cool cash. What can I do with it? You can turn it into a hot meal at Rascal House. It's the best value in town. What do they have there? Buckets of wings, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and of course, great pizza. Are they open late? You bet. Open every night till 2:30 a.m. And you can even build your own pizza and order it online at rascalhousepizza.com. Cool. See you at the Spartans game? Yep, and see you after at Rascal House.
This is Spartan Football on AM 1220 The Word.
Second down, 11 for Case following the timeout. So Case burns an early timeout here. No score, first quarter. Tight formation here, not very spread out, but three receivers in the game. It's Homick and Cowdrick on the left, Colasar on the right. DJ Sutka has checked in at tight end on the right side of the formation. Whalen calls out the signals for the Spartans. The junior drops back. Now he is rushed, turns it upfield, gets across the 40 near the 36-yard line, so he picks up 5. But the play got busted early on, Ed, and Whalen decided to tuck it under, and he ended up getting some yardage there, but it'll be now third down and around 6 yards.
It was like John Schneider had a hand on him to start with. In fact, tore his hand warmer off his hips. Dan Whalen wearing the hand warmer hasn't moved behind him.
It is 37 degrees here in St. Louis right now. The wind is blowing. We did not get an official announcement as far as a wind chill. Corey Checken is in the ball game. Whalen takes the snap, looking downfield, wings it toward Checken, and it's knocked down incomplete. On the defensive coverage for Washington, it was Kyle Huber, the sophomore out of O'Fallon, Missouri, who knocked that pass down. It's fourth down and 7, and Whalen will stay in the football game and punt this one away from the 36-yard line.
Well, field position going to play a major factor today, especially with the wind that we have. Wind moving from left to right across the field or from end zone to end zone.
So Whalen sets up right at midfield. He takes the long snap, and he will get the kick away. And a fair catch signal that'll bounce down inside the 10, and the Spartans will be able to down it at about the 9-yard line. So a good kick for Whalen, and the Spartans pin the Bears deep in their own territory. Washington coached by Larry Kinebaum, the 20th year head coach, 126-73. Larry coaching his 200th game at Washington University here today. He is a 25-year head coach overall in college football with a 154-103-1 record. Was a graduate assistant coach at Ohio State from 1977 through 1979. They will keep this one on the ground and go to Matt Glenn, the junior tailback, who's rushed for 4 touchdowns on the season. He tries to turn the right corner, but he is tripped up. Luis Gonsalves in there on the tackle. And it is second down and 9 from the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Lisa Sala also coming through on a blitz, forced him to run wide. So Sala may have got a hand on him as he went by. Gonsalves finished him off.
Lisa Sala, a team-high 12 tackles a week ago in the victory over Carnegie Mellon at Case Field. No score first quarter. They'll snap this one back to Buck Smith. He'll wing it out. Hits Tom Golias with a pass. Golias with his first reception of the day. He's tripped up at about the 11, so that does not yield very much yardage. And a long third down coming up for the Bears. Golias, the sophomore out of Medina, Ohio. That's his first reception today, his 51st on the season.
And a little inside flanker screen. Attempting to get the wide receiver in motion was the Washington Bears.
No score, 9 minutes to go. First quarter here at Francis Field in St. Louis, Missouri today. Very cloudy and overcast. Right now, dry. No rain or snow, although both are in the forecast. Buck Smith, the quarterback, takes the snap, hands it to Matt Glenn, runs straight up the middle, gets out to the 20-yard line, to the 21, has the first down on 3rd and 7.
Nothing fancy there, just a straight-ahead dive play out of that spread formation. Glenn took it for 10 yards, straight up the middle. Case defense apparently was expecting pass, dropped 5 into the secondary. The linebackers moving away at the snap as well.
Buck Smith is the quarterback. He's a senior, 6'3", 195 out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. 10 out of 24 for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns last week, although he left the game with an injury, but gets the start here today. He'll go back and hand to Glenn, running around left side. Turns it upfield, gets across the 25, down to near the 26-yard line, a pickup of 4 for Matt Glenn, and it's second down and 6. Buck Smith, 12 touchdowns, Ed, on the season, but 12 interceptions as well.
Well, and that's led to some of these scoring situations that WashU's found itself in. Offensively, they're scoring over 20 points a game, but they're giving up 19. That has a lot to do with how the defense is tilting the field, or the offense is tilting the field and putting the defense in some tough situations due to the turnovers.
Second down and 6 from the WashU 26-yard line. Bears football, no score first quarter. Smith rolls out right, looking downfield. Gets it away, and it's incomplete. Was intended for Sam Kenter, the halfback out of Austin, Texas, but threw it a little bit behind his intended target. And it's third down and 6 for WashU with no score here in the first quarter. Case 9-0, winners of 20 consecutive regular season games, trying to complete back-to-back perfect regular seasons and assure for themselves a spot in next week's first round of the Division III National Tournament.
Well, but if there's been a place that Case has struggled over the years, it's been here in St. Louis against WashU.
Have not won here since 1990. Here's a little flip ahead to Matt Glenn, and he is knocked down near the 30-yard line. It'll be short of the first down.
Bobby Bott and Jeff Brown also there for Case on the tackle. Read that little inside shovel pass well.
Smith took the snap in the shotgun and just flipped it ahead to Glenn, who
there's a flag down.
Took off, but there is a penalty. And that will be offside against Case. So if that moves it ahead 5,
it'll make it a 3rd and short, as WashU will accept the penalty.
That'll mark it to the 31-yard line. So wipe out the running play. The offside penalty moves it to the 31. And they need to get out to the 33. So they are looking now at a 3rd and 2. They're saying 3rd and 1, but looking at the spot of the ball and the first down marker, maybe a little more than 1 yard, but still a very manageable 3rd down for Washington. They turned it over 3 times last week in their loss against Chicago. Buck Smith calls out the signals. Eye in the backfield. Man in motion is Greg Lashad. They will go back to throw. Smith goes to Lashad out of the backfield. He has the first down as he makes the catch across the 35, and he's hit out of bounds near the 38-yard line. So WashU converts on 3rd down, helped along by the offside penalty. And with 6:58 to go in the first quarter, we have no score. And WashU with a new set of plays.
A little outside drag pattern based off of the man in motion. Hard to stay with that back. Case defense, not much you can do on that kind of play. When you're trying to defend a 1-yard gain and you get a back off the line with no real hit.
Now Jeff Brown trying to sneak in on a blitz. Went into the neutral zone, but the play now continues as everybody gets back and reset. Buck Smith back to throw, goes to the air, deep downfield, and it is incomplete. No flags come out.
Oh, Bobby Bott might have got away with one there.
Play was intended, the pass was intended for Tom Gullius, the Medina product, but Bott was right with him, might have made some contact, but no flag comes out.
Bott may have stuck his arm out around Gullius's hip.
Gullius, the 2-time All-Conference and All-County performer at Medina High School, took Medina to its first playoff appearance back in 2006, playing his college ball here in St. Louis at Washington University. 2nd down and 10 from the Washington 37. Case on defense, no score first quarter. They'll snap it back to Buck Smith, and again he hands to Glenn with that little from behind handoff. And Glenn rumbles out to the 45-yard line, picks up close to 8 yards. And it'll be 3rd down, and again, a short yardage situation for Washington.
Well, Glenn holds his position as if he's going to be a 6th or 7th blocker on a pass pattern, then takes that inside handoff by almost reaching behind him, grabbing it from Smith, and sprinting ahead.
Glad to have you with us today for coverage of Case Western Reserve football. We're cold here, so you don't have to be. It is freezing here in St. Louis today. But so far, dry. No rain falling as of yet. They'll go back and hand this one to Matt Glenn. More traditional running play that time, and he is hit behind the line of scrimmage, Ed. On 3rd and 2, the Spartans snuffed that out as they tried to run it around the right end. And it'll be a 4th down and 3 now for WashU.
On the straight sweep play, Case defended that very well.
4th down 3. In the punt formation
so the
for the Bears, number 83.
Spartans will get the football back as Sean Nicely drops back to around his 25-yard line to receive this kick. Austin Mormon, the freshman.
Tommy Bauden has checked into the ball game for WashU.
Yeah, we were told that they use him on some fake punt plays. This one will go back to Mormon. He will kick it away. And this one will drop at about the 31, 32-yard line and go out of bounds. And that's where the Spartans will take over in a scoreless football game with 4:54 to play here in the first quarter here at Venerable Francis Field on the campus of Washington University.
25-yard kick into the wind.
The Spartans will come out. They defeated Washington University 35-27 last year in Cleveland to snap a 15-game losing streak in the series. Dan Whalen takes the snap. He'll go to Derek Bush. Bush, with his first carry of the day, gets tripped up and falls forward out close to the 35-yard line. Might have picked up a yard. Bush, the sophomore out of Katanning, Pennsylvania, who ran for 67 yards last week in the victory over Carnegie Mellon.
Case came out and showed a power formation. They had 2 tight ends in the ball game, Suka and Bryce Coleman. Now back to the traditional spread offense.
Second down and 9 from the 34. Whalen on a keeper straight up the middle, gets out to the 38-yard line, and he's knocked down and thrown to the turf. Nice tackle on the play for Washington by Brent Sinicic, the defensive lineman out of Olathe, Kansas. He wrapped up Whalen and stopped him before he broke into the defensive backfield.
Quickly, Case into a 3rd and 5.
Third down 5 from the 38-yard line. Whalen looks over to the sidelines. Gets a new play sent in by Greg Debelak. Cowdrick and Holmick on the left. Colasar nicely on the right. Bush in the backfield. Whalen to throw on 3rd and 5. Across the middle, hits Colasar with a pass, and he's tackled at midfield. 12-yard pickup as Whalen hits Ryan Colasar, his 24th reception of the season. That one puts Colasar over 400 yards receiving on the year. And it's 1st and 10 Spartans with 3:35 to go here in the first quarter.
Give Whalen credit. He waited for Colasar to come past the linebacker and underneath the defensive back.
1st and 10. They'll go back and hand to Meyer. Has checking blocking. Gets through. Has a big hole across the 45. Down to the 40, to the 39-yard line. Great run by Meyer with some great blocking up front by Corey Checken.
Corey Checken came up and took on Kyle Huber, the outside linebacker, and it was basically just a blow-up block. Neither one moved when they collided, but it was enough to keep Huber off of Meyer and give him the seam.
Spartans pick up 23 yards in their last 2 plays. 1st down and 10 from the Wash U 39-yard line. Whalen directing traffic under center, eye in the backfield with Checken and Meyer. They'll run the same play. Meyer behind Checken, gets to the 35, and he's tackled right there. 4-yard pickup for Greg Meyer. Meyer with 62 carries, 360 yards coming in today. He's averaging 40 yards a game, which is the team high among the running backs. And, of course, if you're familiar with the Spartans' approach, they spread out the running game around 4 different players. Whalen again calling out the signals. He'll go back and hand this one to Bill Deitman, and he hits the left side of the line, keeps his feet moving, gets down to the 30-yard line before they finally wrestle him down. Nice run by Deitman, the sophomore out of Mentor.
Well, the Spartans went right after Tim Taylor, who had checked into the game at right defensive tackle or defensive end for Wash U. Brett Sensenich had come off the field limping, and Tim Taylor came in to take over on that far side of the field.
It'll be 3rd down and 1 now. Full house backfield. We'll see if they go to check it. They will hand it to Corey. That's the 1st down and 4, close to the 25-yard line. Corey Checken gets the 1st down for Case. No score first quarter, 1:52 showing on the clock as they move the chains.
Now you can count on Corey Checken in 20 games over the last 2 seasons. Checken just 3 carries that have gone for negative yardage.
1:43 and counting as the clock goes in motion again. Whalen fakes a handoff, rolls right, throws it out to Checken out of the backfield. He's wide open down to the 15. Hit out of bounds near the 10-yard line.
Boy, Checken was eyeing up Brandon Brown, the defensive back. Brown, 5'11", 175, and Checken was just eyeing him up to run him over at the 5-yard line, and Kyle Huber came over from linebacker position and managed to chop down Checken inside the 10, but Checken's eyes got real big when he saw the opportunity to run over a smaller defensive back.
Well, they pick up 17 yards on that pass play to Corey Checken. Now Whalen looking over to the bench again. By the way, for Checken, that's his 3rd reception of the season. They'll go and hand it Derek Bush around the left side, cuts it back in, gets to the 5, down close to the goal line, and he is in. It's a touchdown. Derek Bush runs it in for Case as the Spartans get on the board. Bush with his 2nd touchdown of the season, and the Spartans lead it by a score of 6-0.
Now for Bush, you could see him stop at the hash marks, cut himself back to the inside, and just a wave of red shirts went by him. He sidestepped a couple of more and fell into the end zone for a touchdown.
So Ryan Colasar will come in to hold for Sam Coffey, who will attempt the PAT. The snap is good, the hold is good, and Coffey kicks it through, and the Spartans lead it by a score of 7-0. 1:08 to go in the first quarter. Back after this on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Where can you find an outstanding Sunday brunch experience close to University Circle's events and attractions? The award-winning Table 45 features a globally inspired brunch from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Sundays. Not an ordinary brunch. Table 45's World Cuisine Sunday brunch features unique entrees with international ingredients and a cross-cultural buffet. Also, enjoy a variety of freshly baked naans, popular local bread from Central Asia, served from the restaurant's tandoor clay oven with a choice of dipping sauces, chilled seafood, enticing salads, and creative desserts. Make this a not-to-be-missed Sunday brunch experience for adults and children. Table 45 is located at the Intercontinental Cleveland at 9801 Carnegie Avenue. Valet parking is complimentary for restaurant patrons. Call Table 45 for more details at 216-707-4045. That's Table 45 at 216-707-4045.
This is Spartan Football on AM 1220 The Word.
Derek Bush with the 9-yard touchdown run, his second of the season, and the Spartans take a 7-0 lead here with just a minute to go in the first quarter. 1:08 to go, and the Spartans will prepare to kick off here. And Ed, the Spartans used some big plays early in that drive to keep the ball moving down the field, and then as they got near the red zone, it was the power ground game.
Well, back they went to the air on a third down to Colasar across the middle. They also found Corey Chekin on a open swing pass. Overall, 9 plays, 67 yards. Case drive almost 4 minutes long. A little unusual for the Spartans to take that much time off the clock.
1:08 to go here in the first quarter in St. Louis today. The wind continues to howl. The temperature in the 30s. The Spartans leading it by a touchdown. This one will be fielded on the run back by Mike Weiss, the freshman wide receiver. And he goes sideline to sideline and is tackled back near the 15-yard line. Ran a long way, but only had about a 6-yard return there following the kickoff by Sam Coffey.
He was trying to get to the other side of the field, the right side of the field, where the wall is set up. Weiss fielded it on the near side, and to go that far just to catch up to his wedge. Barely got it back, did not get it back to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, they mark it down on the 17. 1st and 10 for the Washington University Bears. Final minute of the first quarter. Back to handoff. Buck Smith goes to Matt Glenn, straight ahead running, and he gets across the 20-yard line, tripped up at the 22. A pickup of 5 for Matt Glenn, the junior out of Issaquah, Washington, who has rushed for over 400 yards on the season and 4 touchdowns. He also is a threat to catch the ball. He had 4 receptions last week for Washington. We'll see if they get another playoff here in the first quarter. 30 seconds and counting. So they will head to the line of scrimmage. Golias is split out wide to the right. Bot on him, one-on-one coverage. Back to throw, Buck Smith. Crossing pattern, looking for Greg LaShawn out of the backfield. He is hit as the ball arrives, and it is incomplete.
Now, LaShawn, I don't think, was looking for the football. Still had his head down coming out of the break. Mike Pelliat was there to knock it away for Case.
3rd down and 6 very quickly here as the first 2 plays fail to get the first down. They will send in a new play by way of Easton Knott, the freshman. Washington with 15 consecutive winning seasons. That is 6th among Division III teams, 12th among all divisions. So they have had quite a tradition here at Wash U. Back to throw, Buck Smith on 3rd and 6. The ball knocked down as they try to go to Glenn out of the backfield.
That's Jake May got his hand up, knocked it down for Case.
May breaking up that pass. It's 4th down and 6 from the 21-yard line, and with 15 seconds left, the Spartans will get it back on the punt.
And that incompletion was key for Case because it stopped the clock and will force Wash U to kick into the stiff wind. Case should get the ball back probably near the Wash U 40-yard line.
Yeah, very, very big play defensively given the time in the game as far as the end of the quarter. And so the punt will come from Mormon. Nicely is back deep to receive. Snap goes back to the punter. Mormon gets the foot into it. Nice high kick, driving nicely all the way back to the 35. He will catch the football, and then he'll be tackled right there. No chance for a return, but what a punt by Mormon into the wind. Gets Case back on their side of the field.
Almost a 47-yard kick into a very stiff breeze on a very cold day when the football itself must feel like kicking a boulder.
Nicely ended up having to turn his back to the punting team and catch that one over the shoulder. So 4 seconds left here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from the Case 33-yard line. Spartans leading it by a score of 7-0. Whalen back to throw. He will roll out. Finds nicely across the 40 and out of bounds. And that's the end of the first quarter. A 10-yard pickup and a first down. So at the end of one quarter, your score, Case 7, Washington University nothing. We'll have second quarter action coming up in just a moment on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
The Bible is under attack. Presidential candidate Barack Obama asks,
which passages of Scripture should guide our public policy? Should we go with Leviticus, which suggests slavery is okay?
Obama's mischaracterizations of the Bible are similar to those being voiced by a new breed of village atheists. Budmeister Bill Maher pontificates that the Bible
was not meant to be history. We're the dummies who read it literally.
Professor Bart Ehrman says that there are more differences among the biblical manuscripts than there are words in the New Testament. Does the Bible promote slavery? Is biblical faith reasonable? Are the biblical manuscripts reliable? I've prepared a free resource that answers those questions in a memorable way.
For a limited time, you can download this valuable and easy-to-follow resource for free by going to oneplace.com. Just click on Answers from the Bible Answer Mat.
This is Spartan Football on AM 1220 The Word.
David Wilson along with Ed Doherty. Our studio engineer is Nick Miller back at the Salem headquarters. And we're glad to have you with us today as we head into the second quarter. 15 minutes on the clock. Dan Whalen takes the snap, will keep it, gets across the 45, across the 50, and he is hit and driven back and very awkwardly goes down, but pops up.
Brandon Brown came in there and dropped his shoulder. Whalen got tackled from behind, fell to his knees, had nowhere to go, and then Brown came in and put a shoulder right up under Whalen's chin and bent him back over the pile.
Yeah, luckily he pops up. That was a very scary-looking tackle, but Whalen standing in the shotgun now. 3 receivers on the left side, nobody on the right. They will go and hand this one to Greg Meyer. Picks his way forward across the 40, out to the 35, and pushed forward as he gets tackled near the 33-yard line. 13-yard run for Greg Meyer, who is really stacking up some impressive rushing totals here in the first half. Another first down for Case. They lead it 7-0 here with 14 and a half minutes to go in the second quarter.
Add the 11 to Meyer's 23 from the first quarter. 34 yards so far for Greg Meyer in the ballgame.
Whalen under center. Bill Deitman lines up straight behind Whalen, 5 yards back. 3 receivers on the left side. Kolasar, Caldrick, and nicely they will go to Deitman. He gets ahead of steam as he hits the line of scrimmage and picked up a couple of yards up to the 31-yard line. 2-yard run for Deitman. Second down and 8 for the Spartans, who lead this game by a score of 7-0.
Marcus Kluzinski, the left tackle for Case, had a few words for Todd Palmer, the defensive tackle for WashU after that play. 2 of them face mask to face mask.
Ball at the 31-yard line. Second down, 8.
Perhaps Palmer saw Marcus's pink sweater yesterday.
Highlight of the trip, wasn't it?
13:45 to go in the second quarter. Clock continues to move. Whalen looking over to the sideline. Gets a new set of plays sent in. 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Whalen will hand this one up the middle to Corey Checken. Spins, gets down near the 25-yard line. Checken finally pushed over by the entire WashU defensive unit. And Checken rumbles for about 6 yards down to the 25-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2. So Checken brings about the exact kind of play where he is usually sent in.
Well, and you notice how the referees are letting those piles move. Earlier in the season, we saw a lot of referees with quick whistles. Today, not so much. If that pile's moving at all, they're going to let the players go.
And that is Checken's game right there. It's 3rd down and 2. He's alone in the backfield. They will go back. Whalen fumbles with the snap, gets a hold of it, and now will wing it out of bounds. as he was stumbling back, and he'll get the flag here for intentional grounding.
It's a bad call. Zach Holmick was over there on the sideline, and Whalen threw the ball in his area. Terrible call.
Whalen was stumbling as he rolled back, still in the pocket, and sort of submarine style threw it out of bounds. And the Spartans saying that they did have a receiver in the area, but
Zach Holmick was there. The ball went over the top of Holmick's head.
And now they're going to pick up the flag. Well, it's the Spartans' year. They win an argument there as the officials get it right. They did talk briefly, and the Spartans were arguing their case. And now Larry Kindbaum asking the linesman exactly what went on. Larry in his familiar white dress shirt, red tie, no jacket right now for the 20th year head coach. So it is 4th down as the incompletion brings about 4th and 2. Spartans will go for it from the Wash U 25-yard line. Whalen takes the snap. He is going to go down, and he is sacked in the backfield. Wash U will take over on downs as the Spartans fail to convert on 4th and 2.
Whalen was looking for a hot receiver on the far side of the field. And I don't know if Caldrick missed the sign and was expecting the ball to simply be handed off to Check it or not, but the play really fell apart from the minute Whalen caught the snap, looked over to his right. Next thing he knew, it was just under red shirts.
6-yard loss on the sack. It's only the 7th time this season that Dan Whalen has been sacked, and it gives it back to Wash U. Case leading it by a score of 7-0. 12:35 to go here in the second quarter. Buck Smith back to throw. The right-handed senior quarterback fires it ahead, and it is incomplete. Intended target was Sam Kenter. It went off Sam's hands and was almost picked off, but it hit the turf, and it's 2nd down and 10 from the Wash U 31-yard line with Case guarding a 1-touchdown lead.
Case being ahead is a common theme this season, Dave.
Well, in the first half of games, Ed, and you've pointed this out many times, the Spartans now, with the 7 points today, have outscored their opponents 280-17 in the first half of games. This, of course, being Week 10.
And have never trailed this season.
One man in motion. Smith takes the handoff. They'll go up the middle to Matt Glenn. Glenn, the junior, dives forward for a couple of yards. And it'll be a long 3rd down now for Washington University. And you talk about the Spartans being tied a little bit. I know you had some interesting numbers about exactly how many times and how long they've actually even been in a tie ball game.
Well, coming into the ball game, Case had played 540 minutes of football. And other than being ahead or tied at 0-0, the only 29 seconds has Case not either been ahead or tied at 0-0 out of 540 minutes of football. And that 29 seconds came in the Oberlin game. They were tied at 7 midway through the first quarter.
11:45 to go, second quarter. Buck Smith back to throw, goes over the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended target was Brandon Rogalski. Rogalski, who is now their primary field goal kicker, was attempting to make his first catch of the season, but it's incomplete.
Smith had to throw that a little sooner than he wanted to. Brian Calderon ran a stunt, came off his end position inside the tackle, had a straight line to Buck Smith as he stepped up in the pocket, had to throw it just before Rogalski had made his cut to midfield.
Well, the senior defensive end, Brian Calderon, is playing today on a severely injured knee. 11:40 to go here in the second quarter. 4th and 8. Mormon back to punt. Here is the snap, low snap, short hops by the punter. He'll get the kick away, and this is another beauty. All the way back to nicely near the 15-yard line. Gets away from the first tackler, gets across the 20, upended at the 23-yard line. 8-yard return for Sean Nicely, and Austin Mormon really showing some great work as punter today. He had a 40-plus yard punt a moment ago, and that one similar.
Yeah, this time with the win, but still, again, we saw the advantage of having a very good punter. We see the advantage of having a very good place kicker. It can change the tide of ball games, especially at the Division III level. You can force teams to go 70 and 80 yards each drive because your kicker has the ability to pin them back. You're going to be very successful.
Dan Whalen and Sam Coffey for the Spartans have done such a great job all season in that very area. Whalen will shovel this one to Bill Deitman across the 25 to the 28. Tackled there, finally hit and brought down by Tim Olivos, and it is a pickup of about 4. We'll see if they give him 5. 5-yard pickup for Deitman. Second down.
Drew Makar in on the tackle for WashU.
Makar, the senior who played his high school ball at Eastlake North High School, as the team high corner for WashU this year. Rolling out to the right, near the sideline. He'll keep himself now, and he steps out of bounds before he is tackled.
So Makar had some games against Dan Whalen. Nicely as well.
Yeah, Whalen telling us last night at the hotel that he had some games against Makar. Drew, of course, a very good basketball player at Eastlake North as well for the Rangers. Third down and 3 as Whalen steps out just slightly short of the first down. DJ Sutka checks in at tight end nicely, and Colasar on the left. Homick is the lone man on the right. Now nicely will change spots. He'll line up in the slot position on the right side with Homick. Greg Meyer is in the backfield. Actually, I believe that's Derek Bush who has checked into the backfield for Case. 3 yards to the right of Dan Whalen. Whalen will throw it. It's batted up in the air, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Bears. Andrew Berryman, the linebacker, all he had to do was wait on it to come down as that pass was batted up into the air about 30 feet. And Berryman hauls it down at the Case 40-yard line.
Brett Sensenich, I think, got a hand on it. Whalen tried to fire one out onto the sideline. Sensenich just batted it straight up in the air.
On 3rd and 3, the interception gives it back to the Bears. 7-0 Case. 10-14 to go in the second quarter. Buck Smith from the shotgun. Glenn in the backfield will get the pass out of the backfield across the 40 to the 35, and he's tackled near the 33-yard line. Lee Sasala grabbing him around the ankles and tripping up Glenn after the catch.
And for Whalen, that's just his 4th interception thrown this season. So Case now plus 13 on the turnover ratio on the season, and the Bears improved to plus 7.
2 of Whalen's interceptions this year have been tipped balls that ended up in the hands of receivers. 9:40 to go, second quarter. Buck Smith under center. Only one receiver split out wide. That's Golias. They'll go back and hand it to Matt Glenn. Hits the 30, and he is dropped right there, maybe to the 29-yard line, and it should be good for a first down. Glenn does pick up the first down. 1st and 10 Bears as they drive in Case territory following the turnover. Coming up at halftime today, we'll be visiting with defensive coordinator Marcus McCullough. Get the behind-the-scenes story of the Case defense, which has been superlative this year. We'll also catch up with Tim Caltrick, junior wide receiver out of Mentor, Ohio. That's coming up on our halftime show in just a while. 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. They will hand this one to Glenn. Stiff arm Sasala. Now he is caught behind the line of scrimmage by Bobby Bott, who trips up Glenn for a loss. Bobby Bott, the junior out of Midview High School, with a big tackle there. And second down and long now for Washington.
You know, Sasala and Calderon really strung that play out. Forced Glenn to go sideline to sideline. Bott came up. Nice arm tackle around the legs. Brought down Glenn for the loss.
Second down and 13 now for the Bears. In Week 10 games under Larry Kindbaum, the Bears are 18-1, and they have won 14 consecutive Week 10 games here at WashU. The throw out of the backfield, a little screen pass, incomplete, looking for Mormon, who lined up at wide receiver. Mormon, who has been doing a nice job hunting today, trying to get into the act of the offense. Mormon has that one bounce off his hands. 3rd and 13 now for Washington University. If they want to take advantage out of the turnover, they will have to convert on a long 3rd down.
Well, and if not, it's not out of the question for WashU to attempt a 49-yard field goal. The way Mormon's been kicking the football, he's kind of taken over the place-kicking duties, and with the wind behind him, they may go for it.
They will snap this one to Buck Smith in the shotgun. Goes deep downfield, and it is incomplete. looking for Easton, not the freshman. And the pass just a little bit out in front, but not had a step on Luis Gonçalves, and would have been able to waltz into the end zone had that one been on the money.
And not a traditional play for the Bears. They don't usually spread the field. They don't usually take advantage of those long plays. They like to keep it underneath.
4th down and 13. And Larry Kinebaum deciding now what he wants to do as he talks with his senior quarterback, Buck Smith. And it looks like they will go for it here. 4th and 13 from the 32-yard line. 7-0 Case.
Looking for an inside screen pass.
They line up 3 receivers. Buck Smith looking downfield. Everybody covered. Goes to Glenn out of the backfield, and he is tackled at the 27-yard line. So they pick up close to 5 on the screen pass, but it is well short of the first down, and the Spartans take over on downs with 8:06 to play here in the second quarter.
Ball came loose. Jeff Brown picked it up. Side judge said no, that Glenn's knee had hit before he released the football.
So the Spartans get it back, and they will have it at the 27-yard line of WashU. Of their own territory. Case starting out on the Spartan 27-yard line. Second quarter action, 7-0 Spartans here in Week 10, as Case looks to go unbeaten for the second consecutive season. Dan Whalen will set up in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left side. They will keep it on the ground and go to Greg Meyer across the 35, tackled near the 37-yard line, and we'll check as he gets up. That is Derek Bush who carried the football. Bush in, not Meyer. And he carries out past the 30-yard line, out to the 33, picks up 11 on the play, and it's 1st and 10 Case. They'll mark it at the 38. Bush stays in the game with Whalen. Sutka lines up on the right side at tight end. 2 receivers. That is Colasar and Nicely on the right. Bush will carry again. Turns the right corner across the 40 out to the 44. 6 more for Derek Bush as the Spartans keep the clock moving and moving the football upfield with 7.5 minutes to play here in the first half. They lead it 7-0.
Senior right guard Ryan Briand did a nice job shuffling out on the pulling guard formation. He got out around outside of DJ Sutka, turned the corner, had a big hit to seal the corner.
Very overcast and cloudy day here today. 37 degrees at game time. Whalen rolls out to the right to throw it deep, and it is incomplete. Colasar with double coverage, unable to run under that one. Overthrown over Colasar and the defenders. And it's 3rd down and 4 for the Spartans from the 44-yard line.
Now Whalen gave that a good heave. Ball only went about 40 yards in the air before it was knocked down by the wind. So Dan Whalen has the ability to throw the football probably over 60 yards in the air. And the wind that strong, knocking it down.
Wind really is whipping around right now as the Spartans go into the wind, moving right to left on the field. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. 7-0 Case. Whalen calls out the signals. In the shotgun, 3 receivers in the game. Meyer blocking. They fire it to Nicely, who makes a sliding catch across midfield, and it's a first down. 7-yard pickup as they get into WashU territory now, just past midfield. Nicely. Well, a nice sliding catch.
That came across the middle, and Whalen, realizing that coverage out there on the short side of the field, had to get the ball low. Nicely went down and picked it up.
Nicely, his 30th catch of the season, has a team-high 9 touchdown receptions on the year.
Case with the power formation, 2 tight end set.
Whalen takes the snap. They'll go to Greg Meyer. He picks his way forward and dives out near the 46-yard line. Had some good blocking up front. Meyer gets about 3 on that play.
By number 21, Brandon Brown.
Case operating in WashU territory now. 6:14 to go here in the second quarter. 7-0 Spartans. They're ranked 11th in the country according to one poll, 12th in the other. Spartans hoping to see their name included in next week's pairings for the NCAA Division III National Tournament.
Those pairings come out tomorrow.
There are some projections right now. We'll talk about those. Whalen spins away as he tries to keep it. Now he's in trouble as he makes for the sideline and gets out of bounds, virtually untouched. But what you really fear there, Ed, is when they make for the chains over there, and you just hope that nobody gets tangled up, and they're able to drop those chains quickly enough, and they did. Whalen was heading right for the marker.
Whalen had a play fake to Greg Meyer. And after the play fake, Whalen almost stopped. Like, his expectation was that Meyer was going to take the football, then realized he's going to have to do something with it and sprint it out to the right side. So I wonder if that was a broken play, and Meyer simply didn't grab the football.
3rd and 10, 4 receivers in the game. Whalen in trouble. Now he'll try and run it across the 50 to the 45 to the 40, and he's out of bounds for a first down. Dan Whalen with 4 receivers covered just ran for daylight over on the far side and stepped out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A first down run for Dan Whalen.
We've been accustomed to seeing Case make big plays, big yardage, short amounts of time. Today, with the weather, the ability to move the football, and against the WashU team that's given them fits over the last 20 years, they may have to just go more conventional, bring the ball inside, little short passing game, really scale back that playbook, and walk out of here with a win.
Well, they stacked 3 receivers on the left side now. Colasar, Caldrick, Nicely. Check-in is in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the WashU 39-yard line. Whalen will keep it again. Picks his way forward to the 35, down to the 30, running behind Sutka right now, and he's tripped up at the 26-yard line.
Number 5, Dan Whalen.
Dan Whalen from the 39 all the way down to the 26-yard line, peels off 13 more. 1st and 10, 4:42 to go here in the second quarter. The Spartans leading at 7-0 on a Derek Bush run of 9 yards with 1:08 to go in the first quarter. Whalen at the line of scrimmage again, no longer in the shotgun. Checking is the lone man in the backfield. 3 receivers set on the left. Sutka's still in the game on the right at tight end. Whalen calls out the signals, takes the snap. He'll go to Checkin, puts his head down. The junior out of Georgetown, PA, dives across the 25 down near the 24-yard line.
Tackled by number 92, John.
You got to like it up to the 23, Ed, so Checkin grinds out about 4 yards.
Just continue to put yourself in situations that are manageable. 2nd and 6, 3rd and 2. What you don't want to do is take that loss on first down or that big loss on second down that makes it really impossible to convert.
Same exact formation, except Deitman has replaced Checkin. 2nd down, a long 6 for the Spartans from the 23-yard line of WashU. Whalen will go back and hand to Deitman. Bill Deitman out of Mentor, Ohio, spins, and he's knocked back before he gets a lot of forward progress.
That's a really late whistle on that play. Deitman had been pushed back over 5 yards before the whistle blew.
A linesman on the near side of the field gives Deitman forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, so it's 3rd down and 7 now for Case Western Reserve.
I understand allowing the opportunity for a player to make a big play or second effort, but when a player's pushed back 5 yards, you have to blow the whistle. Otherwise, you're just setting up the opportunity for a turnover.
3rd down and 7. Dan Whalen calls out the signals. The junior quarterback goes back, hands to Bill Deitman. He's caught from behind and tripped up. Nice defensive play by Andrew Berryman, who wrapped up Deitman and brought him down at the 20-yard line. It'll be 4th down, about 4 for Case.
Sam Coffey going to come on the field and attempt a field goal for him.
Sam Coffey, 7 out of 10 on the season. He's made 3 in a row. This one will be a 37-yard attempt. They'll snap it from the 20 and put it down at the 27-yard line. Sutka will snap it. Colasar will hold it. Here is the kick. Sam Coffey has it blocked. Loose ball. Colasar picks it up and covers it up at the 37-yard line. That one blocked by the Bears.
Todd Palmer. And it was a team effort for the Bears. They simply overpowered the Case special teams offensive line. A host of red shirts were in there as Coffey tried to get the ball up in the air.
So the Spartans try to tack on 3. The kick blocked. And the defense will come back out with 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 2:07 to play. Case moving the ball well on that drive, but it's stalled out at the 20-yard line. Coffey without an opportunity to get his 8th field goal through the uprights. Buck Smith comes back out, drops the snap, calmly picks it up. He'll flip it out of the backfield. Catch is made across the 40, out to the 45, close to the 47-yard line as it's caught by Greg LaShawn, the halfback who carries it out across the 45. They'll mark him down at the 47-yard line, a pickup of 10.
Ordinarily on situations like that where a quarterback drops the snap on a screen pass, the linemen are downfield.
Back to throw. He'll go deep again, down the sideline. This one is up for grabs, and it's almost picked off. Defensively for Case, Mike Pelyak was there. They were looking for Easton Knott, who has run some deep routes today. They haven't hooked up with him yet.
Second down, 10.
It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Bears, trailing Case 7-0 with 1:46 to go now in quarter number 2. David Wilson, Ed Doherty, Nick Miller, our studio engineer. On a very cold day here in St. Louis, Missouri, we are at Francis Field, built in 1902. 1:46 to play in the second quarter. They'll hand this one to Glenn. He'll barrel across the 50-yard line straight upfield and gets out to the 48-yard line into Case territory. 3rd down and 5.
WashU still has all 3 timeouts remaining.
Buck Smith working from the shotgun, takes the snap. He'll drop back and throw it to Glenn out of the backfield. To the line of scrimmage, down to the 45, to the 40. Knocked out of bounds at the 37-yard line. They pick up 12. And that will get them a first down with 1:18 to go in the second quarter. Case guarding a 7-0 lead.
7 of those yards came after the move that he put on Ben Klobina. It was just a stop move by Glenn, and Klobina went right on by. Glenn stepped inside and picked up an additional 7 or 8 yards.
Matt Glenn, 5'11", 200-pound junior out of Issaquah, Washington. Big part of their offense. He'll line up in the backfield with Buck Smith in the shotgun. 3 receiver set, Smith back to throw. Now he'll fire it to Glenn out of the backfield, caught at the 35-yard line. Buck Smith takes a timeout. Their first timeout, they'll have 2 remaining. They'll take a timeout as well. Second quarter action, 7-0 Spartans. Back after this on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Quiznos at the Circle is proud to team up with Case Athletics as a platinum sponsor. Quiznos offers the great taste of fresh, hot, toasted subs. Great food just goes well with great athletics. Mention that you heard this ad during the Case football game and receive $1 off a regular sub and $2 off if Case wins today. Offer good till Tuesday, so hurry in to Quiznos on the Circle. If the Spartans win, so do you. Quiznos, the best damn sandwich in the land. Quiznos at the Circle and Case Athletics, partners in excellence. Quiznos. Toasty.
WHKW Cleveland. Today's Spartan football game is presented on Northern Ohio's Christian talk station, AM 1220, The Word.
Oh, we have 1:10 to go here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, Marcus McCalla, the defensive coordinator and associate head coach at Case, will join us. We'll also talk with Tim Cowdrick, the junior wide receiver out of Mentor, Ohio. That's coming up on our halftime show. Washington driving here, 70 seconds left in the half. Buck Smith to throw, it's incomplete. Looking downfield for Brandon Rogalski, overthrown, and it's 3rd down.
Klobina had an opportunity coming on the tip ball just outside his fingertips. And the senior captain, Ben Klobina, very versatile player on defense. He'll come up and play on the defensive edge as a linebacker, then he'll drop back into a free safety position, has the speed to cover some wideouts, has the strength to stay with some running backs and tight ends.
Ben Klobina, 3 defensive touchdowns this year. Football resting on the 35-yard line of Case. WashU ball, 3rd down and 8. The snap goes back to Buck Smith. Again, a low snap. Now he gets away from a couple tacklers. Calderon chasing him, and so is Dale English, and he brings him down. Sack deep behind the line of scrimmage all the way back at the 49-yard line.
And the Spartans have called a timeout.
Case takes the timeout.
No, they're going to say Wash U took the timeout. That's surprising. At that point, wouldn't you let the clock run? I think Case is the one that's going to be eventually credited with this timeout. They want to force Wash U to kick and get the ball back.
The signal says that it is a Wash U timeout with 56 seconds left, so we'll see if indeed that is the case. But the Spartans record a 14-yard sack. Dale English getting in there, bringing him down for Dale English. That is his, well, we'll check it here.
That's his, well, the third sack on the afternoon for the Spartans, 17th sack for the season.
Well, we can't decipher the defensive chart here. That I think it's missing a column, so we'll check on that number of sacks on the season for Dale English. But he got to Buck Smith there and knocked him down for a loss back at the 49-yard line, setting up a 4th and 22 for Wash U.
And they did. The timeout went to Wash U. So Case still has 2 timeouts left and should get the ball back.
Wash U with 1 timeout now left in the first half. 7-0 Spartans with 56 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Spartans will try and tack on some points if they can move the ball down the field. Here's the punt by Mormon. It will be dropping at about the 10-yard line, and it goes into the end zone. They cannot down it. It's a touchback, and the Spartans will take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, Greg Devilack will have a decision here whether or not he wants to simply run out the clock here in the first half and take a 7-0 lead to the halftime locker room, or give Dan Whalen a couple of shots down the field. Actually, Case has 27 sacks now on the season.
Dale English today, I believe, with 2, which would give him 8.5 for the season. So a very nice job by English this year, pressuring the quarterback. 47.7 seconds left. Whalen out with the offensive unit. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Case up 7-0. Whalen drops back. He'll roll to the right, fires it to Zach Holmick. He makes the catch and gets out of bounds. Zach Holmick, his first catch of the day. He had a career-high 7 catches last week. That's his 40th catch of the year, and it's a first down for Case as they get out to the 32-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards and a Spartan first down.
Zach Holmick has not caught a touchdown pass in his last 3 ball games. Trying to get back in the end zone today here in Week 10. 41 seconds left. Whalen on the first play of the drive gets the first down and stops the clock. 4 receivers set, 2 on each side. Whalen back to throw, looks downfield, pocket breaking down. Now he rushes out to the right. He'll make for the sideline and gets out of bounds near the 40-yard line.
Number 5, Dan Whalen, the ball carrier.
Well, Case doing the most they can with the clock they had remaining. It picked up 20 yards. Spartans up about 16 seconds.
Spartans got the ball back after English recorded the sack and forced a long 4th down. Wash U was driving the football, Ed, and looked to be poised to perhaps tie the game at the end of the half, but had to give up the football after the big sack by English. 32 seconds left. Whalen back to throw. Looks to the left side. Pump fakes. Now he runs into a lineman. Stays on his feet. Now he wings it downfield. Incomplete for Nicely.
Ran face first into Ryan Brion and had to circle back to his left and throw against his body.
24 seconds left now in the half. 3rd down and 2 for Case. Well, the Spartans have not struck deep today with any of their receivers, but they are certainly a threat to do that on every play, and they have them all in there right now. Caldrick, Nicely, and Colasar on the left, Holmick on the right.
Well, with 24 seconds and 2 timeouts, I'd expect that this would be an attempt to get the first down on Case's part.
They will hand it to Corey Check, and he has the first down as he rumbles out near the 50-yard line. He's finally tackled, and we'll see if he got out of bounds. He did.
Well, they stopped the clock for the movement of the chains. The question is he going to be out of bounds when they spot the football?
It looked like the officials signaled out of bounds. 16 seconds left. The Spartans not hurrying up to the line. They have not used a timeout. So Checken did get out of bounds as he gets across into Wash U territory at the 49-yard line. Another good run for Corey Checken. The junior stops the clock with 16 seconds left. 49 yards to go to the end zone.
Spartans have probably 3 plays left in the half.
7-0 Spartans here, tail end of the first half. Dan Whalen takes the snap. He'll go back, looks downfield, cannot get rid of it. Now he rushes out to the right side. He's still in bounds, still wants to do something with the football, and he's finally tackled back near the 50. The Spartans finally used the timeout with 4.2 seconds left.
There should be about 4 more seconds added to that clock. Greg Devilak called timeout. As soon as Whalen went down, the referees were slow to stop the clock.
Right now, 4.2 seconds showing on the clock, but they will likely put a few seconds back on the clock here. But with that play breaking down, Ed, that really makes it tough for the Spartans to get anything done, even if they put up to 8 seconds back on the clock.
Yeah, at this point, if you're looking to do anything, if they do put it back towards 7.5 or 8 seconds, Case would need a quick out to get the ball near the 40-yard line, and then let Whalen try to throw it about 45 yards in the air into a wind.
Wind is really blowing today here in St. Louis. 37 degrees at game time. It feels much colder down on the field today as these players play in certainly the coldest conditions that we've had this year. It is very chilly down there. A lot of the players, though, in short sleeves. Dan Whalen with a long sleeves, blue Under Armour under his white Spartans jersey. Whalen back to throw. Now he is going to be still on his feet. There's the horn for the end of the half. Whalen wings it deep downfield. It's intercepted by Drew Makar. It's his 5th interception of the year. He wants to lateral the ball and does so to Case.
So you have 2 turnovers on one play and another flag that came out.
Nicely ended up with the football after Makar tried to lateral it to a teammate.
Marcus Kuzinski is going to get called for an unsportsmanlike penalty to end the half, but the ball belongs to Case at the 34-yard line.
It is a personal foul penalty offsetting, and that'll be the end of the first half. So what a play to end the half. Whalen intercepted down there for the second time today as he just threw the Hail Mary. It was picked off by Makar. He then flipped it on a lateral into the hands of Sean Nicely, who was tackled. The offsetting penalties end up having no effect, and that's the end of the first half of play today, Ed, with the Spartans guarding a scant 1-touchdown lead. And I guess the question is, are you surprised at all, given the conditions, that Case was not able to move the ball any better?
Well, a couple of mistakes have cost them, and then a couple of key plays have put them in situations that are 3rd and long, haven't really put themselves in manageable situations. And because of that, they've been forced to either punt or you had a tip ball turnover for an interception, which cut the field in half for Wash U. Dan Whalen overall has really struggled. This is his 2nd trip to St. Louis. Last time out here 2 years ago, he had 4 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and 2 fumbles, and a 13-6 loss. Today, 2 more interceptions for Whalen. So this has not been a great place to play for Whalen, and not been a great place to play for the Spartans as a whole. They haven't won here since 1990. So I think Case, probably the best bet in the second half is to kind of condense what they're doing, focus on the running game. Seems to be effective. They've been getting 4 or 5 yards a pop. That underneath passing game, and really condense what they want to do offensively and look for a win here in the second half.
Well, the Spartans are leading it by a score of 7-0 on the strength of a Derek Bush 9-yard run with 1:08 to go in the first quarter. We are at halftime here at Francis Field in St. Louis, Missouri. It's the Spartans 7 and the Washington University Bears nothing here in the final regular season game of 2000.